Hi, I'm John Malos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Thursday morning. Glad you're here. We've got two guests in the studio today. The first guest will be talking about the Armenian slash Greek slash Assyrian genocide that took place starting in 1914/15. You're welcome to call in at 436-ME-TV, option 11. Our sponsor today is Charles Chuck McGill. He's an attorney at law. Back in a moment.
I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
Glad you're back with us here on a Thursday morning on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. It's a live program, so you can call in at 436-MeTV, option 11. Before we dive into our program today, and we've got two guests, as I mentioned, I do want to mention tomorrow's guest because it is a special day tomorrow, as every day is here. But Rich Little, the comedian, is going to be in here in the studio. He is going to be performing tomorrow at the Armenian Home. That's right, California Armenian Home. It'll be a benefit performance by Rich Little, and our friend Ron Mortanian, of course, here at Connect with Me, was able to arrange a live interview with Rich Little tomorrow. He is the comedian, so go out there. It benefits the Armenian Home. All the proceeds go there. So tomorrow we'll be giving some tickets away. By the way, the event is sold out. Then on Monday, we'll talk to Dennis Hart. You already know what's going on in Congress right now. They're voting on the health care bill. The Republicans are to repeal and try to replace Obamacare, but there's a long way to go. They still have the Senate. The Senate's going to be a much tougher nut to crack. It may never get out of the Senate, so it may never see the president's desk, that bill. We'll see what happens. We'll talk to Dennis Hart about that on Monday. In the meantime, you're watching us live on Comcast, channel 375, as you do each and every day, Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning. It's a live program at 436-MeTV, option 11. And you can catch us over the air broadcast with one of those digital antennas, 43.6 and 13.1 over the air broadcast. Later in the day, like it or not, you've got 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 13.6 U2 on the replay, 8 o'clock tonight, 4.6 Biz TV on the replay. Those are both over the air broadcast with a digital antenna. After that, it shows up on YouTube from now until the end of time. Well, most everyone knows about the Armenian genocide, more so here in the Central Valley, I think, more so than the rest of the country. Around the country, maybe not so much. There are more than 40,000, maybe up to 50,000 Armenians living right here in the Central Valley. That primarily explains it. I want to roll the videotape, and we'll talk a little bit about the genocide here today with our first guest. The movie, The Promise, is making more people around the globe learn about what happened starting in 1915. Well documented with stories and pictures from the Associated Press, as the Turkish government is accused of slaughtering more than 1.5 million Armenians, a systematic attempt to wipe out the Armenian population. But what some people might not know, history shows that the Greeks were also part of the slaughter by the Turks. During a 9-year period, more than 500,000 Greeks, by some counts, were murdered, slaughtered. 1914 to 1923 is when it all happened, as the Turks are accused of destroying property as well as historical and religious monuments. Armenians, Greeks, Assyrian people living in Asia Minor suffered heavy losses during the time of World War I, and to this day the Turkish government denies that this ever happened. You may want to mark your calendar. Friday, May 19th, a Greek Day of Remembrance will take place at City Hall right here in the city of Fresno from 10 a.m. till noon. The Promise is, of course, a movie about the Armenian genocide. The Armenians, the Greeks, and the Assyrians have made the promise to themselves and to the rest of the world to never forget. That's their promise. Live in our studio right now is Paul Dictos, the Fresno County Assessor. He is a first-time guest. He is a full-blooded Greek, born in Greece. He's also running for re-election next year. We will ask him about that, too, about property taxes and the assessor's office and his re-election, as well as what's going on May the 19th at Fresno City Hall. You are welcome to call in and ask any question you like. Paul is here with a Greek flag draped across his left shoulder, 436-ME-TV, option 11. And you may know our sponsor today. He is Charles Chuck McGill, a longtime sponsor and a longtime attorney on this program and around Fresno County. Back in just a moment.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill, Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
Hi, I'm Joseph Castro, president of Fresno State. Here on campus and around the Central Valley, we take great pride in Bulldog Red. We also take pride in our diversity and our academic and athletic achievements. On Wednesday, May 10th, it will be my pleasure to join John Mallos on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno for a 1-hour interview to talk about all the great things happening at Fresno State. See you then.
Back here on the program, you can call in at 436-ME-TV, option 11. This is a live program. We do have an open line right now. Hit option 11 once you call that telephone number. And Paul Dictos is here, the Fresno County Assessor. You're full-blooded Greek, born in Greece. By the way, how long have you been here in the U.S.?
John, thank you for asking me to come, first of all. I really feel very welcome here. I came to the country, to the United States in 1967. I was only 23 years old.
Okay. What part of Greece?
I came from Katerini, Greece, which is close to Thessaloniki.
Okay.
The epistle to the Thessalonians is really actually my hometown.
Right. Hey, you know the question I have for you, and while we're looking at this, why don't we roll a piece of videotape? It's called The Images of the Genocide. Images of the Genocide. Go ahead and roll it. I want to ask you about May 19th in just a moment, but the first question I had to myself last night as I was doing some research on this, how in the world did the Greeks and the Assyrians get caught up in the Armenian genocide in 1915? Why were they there? How did they get caught up in this?
The Greeks first came to Asia Minor in 1100 BC.
Okay.
So they've been there for 3,000 years. And being that the Armenians, the Greeks, and the Assyrians were Christians, the Turks wanted to get all the Christians out of the country.
Everybody
who was a Christian did not belong there.
So the Greeks and the Assyrians were living there peacefully with the Armenians?
For 3,000 years.
With the Armenians?
With the Armenians, they were brothers, they were friends, they were working with each other, and they controlled all the merchandise, they controlled all the offices, the banks, they were really the brains of the country. Mm-hmm. They had doctors, lawyers, they were in charge.
All the intellectuals.
All the intellectuals. So the Turkish were feeling kind of left out, okay? Mm-hmm. And of course, they started with the Armenian genocide, and then they wanted to duplicate the same thing with the Greeks. So they started this whole thing. In 2016 is when they started going after the Greeks. My own family.
Your own family? My
own family. My grandfather and my uncles were wiped out by the genocide in 1916.
What about the Assyrians? Where did they come in?
The Assyrians came in after that, and there was about 350,000 Assyrians that had been obliterated by the Turks.
Right, but they didn't. So the Turkish government, when in your mind, because I've read a lot about the Armenian genocide since I started doing this show, it seems like they started plotting. And I saw the movie The Promise. I don't know if you've seen.
I've seen the movie twice. Yes.
Okay, you've seen it twice.
Yes,
I've seen it once.
Yes.
But I want to know, in your mind, when does history show that the Turkish government started plotting this? Was it well before the turn of the century, 1900?
It was really right after Kemal Atatürk came into power. Remember, Kemal Atatürk was a Jew.
Yes.
And he was born in Thessaloniki.
Okay, in Greece.
And he came, at the moment where Turkey was at the very low stage, okay?
Was that
And
about
he-
1908?
1908, 1909, you know,
Yeah.
he came in and he became a leader, and he started this genocide. He moved into my grandfather's village, you know, and in one instance, I'm told, I have the story here, where they moved into a village which had about 300 people there. So they gathered everybody outside their houses, and they packed them in two homes next to the village, next to the square. And then they set the place on fire. So 300 living souls, grandfathers, children, women, they were just burned alive. They've done these things so many times, you know, and my family had to really go into exile to really save their lives. They moved to Crimea, Russia.
How many moved to Russia? How many were killed? Your family members?
My family members, 3 of them were killed, and 3 of them made it to Russia. And eventually they made it back to Greece in 1922, my mother included. So my mother was forced to leave her house, and she was forced at the age of 6 with her mother to go to Russia.
But your
And
grandfather was killed,
My grandfather was killed, and so did my 2 uncles.
and your 2 uncles were killed
Yes.
by the Turkish
By
government.
the Turkish government, by the Turkish gendarmes, by the policemen, by the soldiers, you know, Turkish government.
Where did they
definitely.
die specifically? Do you know?
Where?
Yeah.
They died in a small village called Bulanjak, which is right on the ocean in the
Okay.
Black Sea. And my uncle, who was only 6 years old back then, he told him that he remembers seeing bodies, you know, floating in the ocean.
Have you
Greeks-
been there to visit?
No, I don't want to go there. I
Okay.
don't want to go there. It's too hard for me to go there.
Okay.
But I just read and have memories, you know, of people that have come back and told us what's going on. Now, many Greeks have really turned into Islam, and many Armenians too.
Because?
Because they were threatened, you know, they were going to kill, they were going to be killed. My cousin,
But they didn't really turn to Islam. It was all for
forced.
show.
It was for show. In fact, in one instance, my father's first cousin, who was lost during the massacre, she came back to Greece in 1962, and we were really surprised to find out that she was alive. The story is that she was forced by this Turk to marry him, and he told her that you're not going to tell our kids that you are Greek. After the Turk passed away, she had 2 sons, and the 2 sons said to her, mother, we went to Constantinople, not Istanbul, and we found some Greek people, you know, they were so nice to us. And she told them, we are Greeks too.
Yeah.
And at that point, she brought her 2 boys to Greece and met my father.
All right, tell us what's happening on Friday, May 19th.
On Friday,
what's going on?
For the first time in the history of the state of California, the Greeks are organizing a day of remembrance. You know, and for the first time, I'm going to have this remembrance, and I want to invite everybody. The Greek church will be there. The priest will be there to have a ceremony. We are going to raise the flag.
The Greek priest will be
The
there.
Greek priest will be there.
That is Father Jim
Father
Pappas?
Jim Pappas will be
Yeah.
there with the Kefi dancers, and we're going to have a couple of speakers. Our mayor will be the keynote speaker.
Lee Brand.
Lee Brown will be there. Barlow, the Democratician, will be also a speaker.
How about the council members? Will
The
they be
council
there?
members that will be invited. I will invite them personally. They already have been invited. I hope that they're going to show up. Jim Costa will be there. There will be several proclamations by the Board of
Costa's going to
Supervisors.
be there, huh?
Costa will be there.
Okay.
Several proclamations will be given to us by assemblymen and by our controller, Betty Yee, and senators. And we're going to raise the flag. We're going to raise the flag and sing the Greek anthem, the Greek national anthem. Now, if I don't find a singer, I may do the singing. So if people want
You're
to see
gonna
how I
sing
can
the Greek national
I may end
anthem?
up doing it. I hope I'm not doing it because I really don't have a voice. But if I have to do it, I'll do it.
Okay.
So it will be interesting to have the people come and see the assessors sing the Greek anthem.
Yeah, all right. We're going to talk about you being assessor here in
Sure.
just a few minutes, but I do want to talk a little bit more about the genocide. 436-ME-TV, option 11, if you want to call in and ask a question about the Greek genocide, a very important day on May the 19th, Friday, 10 a.m. to
10 a.m.
12
to 12.
noon. Fresno City Hall, the mayor's going to be there, the Greek priest is going to be there. They'll talk about the Greek genocide along with the Armenians. Of course, they had 1.5 million Armenians slaughtered during World War I. And the Assyrians and the Greeks were right in there, caught up in this battle. They were living peacefully in Asia Minor when all this happened, so they're going to bring all that to light at Fresno City Hall May 19th. 436-ME-TV, option 11, if you want to call in and weigh in on the program. Charles Chuck McGill, I'm sure he knows what's going on around Fresno County. He's our sponsor today. Back in a moment.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill, Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the KitchenAid appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Save big with KitchenAid. Right now, get up to a $1,000 prepaid MasterCard when you purchase select KitchenAid appliances. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Back here with Paul Dictos. He's the Fresno County Assessor, and we don't have to stick to the topic of the genocide. We can also stick to other topics as well. Like if you want to call it and ask the assessor any question you'd like. Hey, he's going to be running for re-election, of course, next year. He is in the middle of his second term right now, Paul Dictos. So let me get back to the genocide for just a moment. Why is it that you think that this country, to a certain extent, as I roll another piece of videotape called Moving of the Armenians. So if the Turkish government doesn't recognize the Armenian genocide, why would the Turkish government ever recognize, the Greeks and the Assyrians being caught up in this? They're not going to.
They're not going to. You are right.
No.
They're not going to do it because it's all political. Remember, Turkey is the most valuable real estate for this country. And the Americans are going to make sure that they're not going to mess up the Turks.
Because of our military bases.
Because of the military base, because of the location, because of the strategic location.
To the Middle East.
To the Middle East. It's very important for this country to have the Turks on their side.
Do you think this country will ever acknowledge it? Have you talked to Jim Costa about it?
Jim Costa has tried to help us, help the Armenians, help the Greeks, but that will never happen.
How about some of the other congressmen around the Central Valley? You got Valadeo, you've got Nunes, you got McCarthy out of Bakersfield. Are they in support of this or not?
Well, Tony Coelho, our previous congressman, tried it for the last 20 years, as long as he was there, and he could never get anything going. Remember, this country is run by the military. And the military says, we need the Turkish area, for our bases, and don't upset the Turks, don't upset Erdogan, because he's a friend of theirs. And that will never happen. But we are not going to stop talking about it. We are not going to stop talking about it. There's always hope.
What is the feeling in Greece regarding this?
The feeling in Greece right now, the Greeks are really worried because the Turks are getting very aggressive. There's oil. They have discovered oil around Cyprus, and in Israel and Cyprus are trying to open up the oil wells there, and Turks are really trying to take over the gold, and because this is the black gold. So
and have you been to Greece recently to talk to the population there?
I've been there in 2014. I was there every 2 years, and I'm going to go again. The people are scared because the economic situation is horrible, and things are not working well with the Turks.
But does this younger generation in Greece, for example, I know the genocide is not that well known worldwide. In fact, Carrie, our director, who comes from Detroit, Michigan, she never even heard of the genocide or the Armenians until she moved to Fresno. She said that on our program. So that's after she saw the movie The Promise. So the younger generation, whether it be Greeks, whether it be Americans, whether it be the Turks, where do they stand on this issue, or do they even care?
What surprises me, John, the most is I find out nobody...
The millennials I'm talking about.
The millennials know nothing about the genocide. And I talked to our superintendent...
What millennials are you talking about? The Greeks, the Armenians? Who?
Everybody, the Americans, the Greeks, even some of the Greeks do not even know
They don't even know?
So I was talking to our superintendent, Jim Jovin. I said, do you teach these things in school? What do you teach them? I think that they should teach.
And his
our
answer?
Schools should teach. We're going to look into this, he said. So I hope that they're going to teach modern history, because this just happened 100 years ago. And people are totally void about this knowledge. Many people call me up. I didn't know there was Greeks killed. I said, where have you been? This is all over the news.
Who called you?
Several influential people. Lawyers called me up. I didn't know that.
Lawyers? How about politicians?
Politicians, I don't talk to them too often,
Yeah.
But But honestly, I was surprised that at the lack of knowledge of the genocide. And a genocide does not have to be big numbers. A genocide of 1 million people is a genocide. Genocide of 6 million is a genocide. Just because our genocide has less numbers, than the Jews, that doesn't mean that our genocide should not be recognized. So it's really a fallacy that people think that 6 million people, that's a genocide. No, 1,500,000, that's a genocide, because they uprooted our people from their homeland, of over 3,000 years. They brought them back to Greece, or they killed them. Many times, I'm told many times, they put live bodies to fire. They drop them in the funnel of the steamship on the top, from the top down, just to burn. Not to mention, that people were taken into labor battalions. The able-bodied Greeks were forced out to go out and work until they dropped dead. And I think we should have a movie about the promise, the Greek promise. We have the Armenian promise. We should have a Greek movie.
Roll the videotape. It's called Victims of the Armenian Genocide. And when I say the Armenian Genocide, this got no sound. Victims of the Armenian Genocide has no sound on this, so we can talk over it, Paul. Why do you think it is to this day that the Turkish government does not recognize it? Why?
Well, the reason they don't want to recognize it, I believe that they're afraid that we're going to ask for reparations. They're afraid because my family gave up their home, their farms. They walked away from everything. My grandmother walked out of that house with a shirt on her back. That's all she took. She only had 10 minutes to empty the house. So she took certain clothes, certain important things, and she went into the forest waiting for a boat to pick them up to go to Crimea. We lost everything that they had there, and it's sad, but it happened.
Interesting. Well, got an email question here from one of the viewers. Did Greek refugees seek asylum where? Italy, Egypt, Yugoslavia, where?
Greek refugees went, first of all, to Russia. That was the place to go because of the same religion, because they were Orthodox. Over 1 million Greeks went to Russia, especially Crimea.
Okay.
The Armenian people pushed the
Okay, so that's where they went.
That's where they went.
And then, how many of them made it?
About 1 million. 1 million Greeks went to Russia.
They fled.
They just
Escaped.
went on boat, on foot. They escaped. My family took about 10 days to cross the ocean there, or the Black Sea. And it was a terrible time, they tell me. My mother was only 6 years old and my uncle was 8. And my grandmother, the widow, had to take care of them in Russia during the Bolshevik Revolution. It was bad times, hard times. In 1922, they were brought back to Greece. They were repatriated.
Okay.
Over 1,500,000 Greeks were brought back to Greece. They were uprooted from the homes in Russia, uprooted from the homes in Turkey, and they came back to Greece.
Yeah. All right. Hey, let's take a break here. 436 MeTV option 11. May 19th is the date at Fresno City Hall. If you want to join them over there at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Costa will be over there. He's the congressman, and many of the city council members may be there. Lee Brand will be there.
Lee Brand will be there for sure, yes.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Yeah. It's to recognize the Greek genocide. They fall into the same category with the Armenians, although there were many more killed. But, who cares? They were all caught up in the same situation, and that is a genocide. So that's the point. 436 MeTV option 11. Who's the sponsor today? It's Charles Chuck McGill, longtime sponsor and attorney here in the city of Fresno.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill, Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
So again, May 19th, right? Friday? 19th. All right, who organized this?
Paul Dictos. I have a committee here that organized this event, and I'm going to read the names.
Okay, quickly.
The Honorable Art Agnos, former mayor of San Francisco, Andreas Borges, Paul Dictos, Steve Bestolaridis, another Greek from San Joaquin County, Steve Agnini, another Greek from Monterey, Cruz Bustamante, my former attorney or lieutenant governor, Richard Valle, Angelo Tsakopoulos from San Francisco.
They're all coming up?
Some of them are, some of them don't. Tom
Okay.
Stefanopoulos, Yannis Stavropoulos, Gas Kavalos, Peter Vallis, Dr. Athanasios Athanasiou, and Kapis Soteropoulos, and Angelos Stalas.
Oh, Angelo's going to
Angelo
be there.
Stalas.
Angelo Stalas is going to have you
Stalas
talk
is
to
involved.
Angelo?
Yes, he is. Yes,
He's going to be there at Fresno
He'll be
City
there.
Hall
He's
May
very
19th?
happy. He's very happy to participate.
He is. Well, I know he's full-blooded Greek.
He's not a fellow Greek. Yeah.
That's right. He is. He's a fellow Greek, and that you proudly wear that Greek flag. I know around your shoulder there. It's so.
Maybe I should put it this way, guys.
I don't know. Whatever you want to do,
Okay,
Paul. It
all
looks
right.
probably looks
Okay,
better like that.
all right.
It keeps falling off your shoulder.
Yeah,
but
it keeps falling off the
hey,
shoulder.
so let's change topics here. I want to talk
All
about
right.
you. No, don't turn your chair
Okay,
like that.
okay,
No,
all
you're
right.
fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Don't turn like that. That's cool. You look great, by the way,
All
for
right.
your age. What are you? 39?
I'm exactly 74 years old.
Okay, 74. You look great. All right. Let me ask you something. You're running for re-election, are you?
This will be my third term. May I also say that I'm the first Greek immigrant to ever be elected into any office in the state of California. I checked it out. If somebody can prove me wrong, I give him $100.
Why is that important?
It's very important because Greek immigrants, the first generation, never runs for office. The first generation of Greeks becomes restaurateurs, they wash dishes, they work on fields, and I'm very proud that I'm the first generation that really decided to run for office. I tried many times, of course, it takes a long time to overcome the
You lost a lot of
handicap.
time.
I lost a lot of times. But,
How many times did you lose before you won?
It's not how many times you lost, it's how many times it's when you win.
No, but I want to know how many times you lost before you
It's
won.
a secret, if I
No,
tell you that,
come on, Paul.
I lost about 5 times.
5 times.
Five
But
times.
see, never give up.
Persistence and determination page.
Never give up, right?
Never give up.
Never give up.
That's
Okay.
a proof. I'm a proof that if you try, you're going to succeed.
Why are you
one day.
running again?
I'm running it because there's things to be done. We just
Such
got
as?
we just got the new computer system, which I about to implement. It's going to take about 2 years to put the new computer. For the first time in the history of
Yeah.
the county, we have a computer that we're going to install, and I'm so proud to be there to do this thing. We've been working on a COBOL system. You know what it is? COBOL system is older than I am, okay? And we cannot find experts to really work on it. So we have to go to the .NET system, and we're doing it with the help of the county supervisors. They just approved the contract for
Yeah.
us. So we'll be moving into the .NET era.
All right. So a lot of people are worried a lot about job security these days. They're worried about health care. They're worried about a lot of different things. And one of the things they're worried about is property taxes. I know you
Property
yes,
taxes.
I know you control that end of it.
Let
So
me-
let's roll the videotape. It's called Property Taxes. It has no sound. We'll talk over this. And I did a little bit of research, Paul. I did call your office, and I got some numbers here. So in Fresno County alone, as we take a look at a beautiful home for sale here in Fresno. I don't know if it's for sale now, but it's a beautiful house. Some of the property values have gone up since 2013. As of July 1st of this year, we'll know what the assessed value of Fresno County properties will be for 2017. We won't know that for another couple of months. Why have they steadily gone up, little by little? I know 2% a year. It can go up via Prop 13. But why have they gone up so much? A lot of people are complaining
Well,
about it.
people are finding out for the first time that Fresno
Hang on, caller.
Fresno is the only affordable area, for people to buy homes. We had the big recession, in 2010, 2009, and values came down by as much as 50%. Now people have discovered Fresno, so they're coming here to buy homes.
But
and values are going up.
you can buy an affordable home like that beautiful home that we saw there in that video, a gorgeous home. But if you were to pay the property taxes on that home a year within your monthly installment or whatever, it could end up being like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a year.
Remember, property taxes are only 1% of the price that you paid, okay? And we always
Right.
go by the selling price. If you pay $500,000, the property tax of 1% would be $5,000.
Are the property taxes too high in Fresno County?
No.
Property
Well,
taxes,
they're
not home sales,
they're
but
the
property
same,
taxes.
They're the same all over California. After Prop 13, we cannot go over by
2%.
by more than 1%. No, 1% of the original value.
Right, but
5%.
2% per year.
2% per year. This is for inflation.
Right.
You have to go up 2% per year.
So
for
they're not
inflation.
too high in Fresno
They're
County?
not too high in Fresno County compared to San Francisco, compared to Orange County, compared to San Joaquin. we have lower values here, basically. But the tax rate is 1%, whether you're in San Francisco or anywhere else in California.
So
Now,
it's all relative, is what you're
it's all
saying.
relative, but the values per house are lower here. But they're going up now. They're going up. People are coming here to buy houses, and they push the price up. The average house now sells for about $500,000 north of Shore. South of Shore is about $300,000. But I also want to make a statement. The property taxes is the glue that allows local government to maintain civilization. If it wasn't for property tax, you wouldn't have the streets, you wouldn't have the police, you wouldn't have the fire protection, you wouldn't have the schools. Property taxes, 100% of the property taxes stay in our county. Our tax roll,
Necessity? It's a necessity?
it maintains civilization.
Okay. Caller, you're on with Paul Dictos. What's your question and comment? Go ahead. You're on the air.
I agree with you, guest. We have to have property taxes to have infrastructure. But man, I'm paying too much. Is there an appeals process? How do you get your house reappraised, and what percentage of those reappraisals end up at a lower taxation level, or a lower level of taxation, a lower valuation of the home? Because even if it's a long shot, I'd be willing to give it a crank just to see if I could
Well, you can
get out from under this burden.
You can appeal your value between September 1st and November 30th every year, but you don't even have to go that route. You can call my office, and if you believe that the house is overvalued, you can call me, and I have one of my experts look at it. He can call you. Right now, this is when we are putting up values. Between January 1st and June 30th, we are putting up values. Now, the question is, if you bought your house, let's say 5 years ago, it was set, at 1%. Now, if the houses in the area are selling for less than you paid, you could call us up and say, hey, my value has come down compared to the houses that are selling in my area. And we can lower it down if we have to lower it down, but we never go up. It's only 1%. We can never go over 1%.
All right, let's put up some, caller's gone, but let's put up some full screens here. It's called Fresno County. I want to do Fresno County full screens here and take a look at this. I got this from your office. In 2013, this is the assessed value for all properties across the board in Fresno County. That includes farms, houses, businesses. All right, 2013, 57 billion, 60 billion the following year, 63, then 66. We don't know what July 1st is going to bring, but it seems like it's going up by $3 billion per year since 2013. Those are the latest facts I got. Is it going up too rapidly, too much, too high?
And in fact, John, there's a mistake there. The 2016 is $74 billion.
Okay, but I got that from your office.
And the 2015 is $67 billion. We have property that is also.
But those are the numbers that your office gave me.
This is the locally assessed values.
Right.
We also have values that are being assessed by the Board of Equalization, like the railroads, the telephone lines. It's about another $4 billion that we add to our existing tax roll.
Okay.
So our tax roll are combined, locally assessed and statewide assessed, are $74 billion.
So the numbers we're looking at right now are even higher than what your office gave, because that's where I got these numbers from your office.
Well, these numbers are all in the locally assessed.
Okay.
Remember, we have Board of Equalization assessed also. The railroads, the telephone lines, are assessed by the Board of Equalization because they are crossing county lines.
But my question is it too high?
No. Why is it too high?
Is it going up too rapidly?
It all depends on newcomers, change of ownership. If people are coming here to buy houses, if we have new houses being built, listen. If a developer subdivides 100 acres to 30 houses, that 100 acres will be going to 30 different parcels at $500,000 when the house is built. So definitely it's going up. You want the property tax to go up. Otherwise, how you keep up with the needs?
Got an incoming call
Very important.
here. Yeah, got an incoming call. I want to take this call and find out what's going on. Caller, you're on the air with Paul Dictos, the one and only. Hey, they say Kopi's the big kahuna in town as far as Greeks are concerned. I think you may be.
It takes two to tangle it.
All right. Yes. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, my question is how much of the money that is assessed for taxes, property taxes, stays in Fresno County, or does the state have any input on it? Because I've been watching my property taxes go up every year, even though my home is undervalued. I think it's undervalued. But with Governor Moonbeam, Governor Brown and his tax, Governor Brown and his taxes, it just seems like it's just, but does the state take any input? Question.
The question was how much of the property taxes that we assess stays in the Fresno County. The last tax was about $774 billion. That translates to $740 million. 100% of that money stays here.
Stays here.
Okay, now, the answer is this. 60% of that is given to the schools. 60%.
60% of the 74 billion
so of the
given to Fresno County
of
schools.
the $740 million, because $74 billion is the assessed valuation, at 1% is $740 million.
Okay, but it's how much you collect is what you're saying.
We collect $740 million.
Gotcha.
But we give it to the cities, to the schools, to the cities, to the county, and to the fire
Yeah,
stations.
just to clarify, the 74 billion is not what you collected. That's the assessed value.
The assessed value. It's 1% of that.
Yeah, so 1%. So you collected 700. How much?
$740 million.
Gotcha. And 60% of that
goes to schools. It's really,
where does the rest of the money go?
The rest of the money goes to the county. 14% goes to the county.
Salaries?
It is for salaries. 13% goes to the cities, all the cities. Most of it goes to the city of Fresno. They are bigger.
They're the biggest city in Fresno County.
Then we have the water districts, fire stations. They all get benefit. Now, 85% of the county general fund is really coming from the taxes that we are raising every year.
Right.
It is true that 60% goes to the school. That's the bigger amount of the money. So we should really be happy to pay taxes because, as I said, it maintains civilization. It allows local government to maintain safety. Policemen, sheriffs, everybody gets paid with that.
Hey, one of the things I wanted to do is the caller that just called in, if you want to call back, I have a question for you in your property taxes. You know why? I want to put my property taxes up on the screen. Check it out. Go ahead and put it up. John Mallow's property taxes. Look at this. Since 2011, okay, this is what I paid in 2011. How about 2016? Let's scroll down. Look at that. In 2012, it was down because my property value was assessed at 186. But it went up to 227. I don't know if the house is really worth that, but my property tax I paid $27.30 in 2016.
John, your property values went down in 2010. You should look at the property tax bill. During the recession,
I took this off my property tax bill.
Yes, but how much was it before 2011?
Well, I didn't own the house prior to then. I don't know.
How much did you pay for it?
I can't remember the exact price.
If you pay $260,000, then 1% is $2,600.
No, I didn't pay it's $260 for my house. No, I didn't pay that much. That much I know, but I don't know what I paid because it was so long ago. I don't remember. But that's the underlying story to what you're looking at on the screen is that they have gone up. Maybe not by that much, but they have.
Taxes can only go up by 2%. In fact, in 2013, they went down by 1.5 because we had the negative CPI.
Right. Okay, let's see who this is. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Oh, hi. Yeah, my name is Cindy. How are you guys this morning?
Good.
Yeah, I have a question regarding property taxes, and I just tuned in, so I don't know if anyone else has asked it yet. But when you buy a property from a relative, a parent, what are the rules about keeping the property tax the same? Isn't there something that I was told that when you buy from a parent or a relative that you assume that what their existing property tax was, or can you tell me about that?
This is a question that I can answer this way now.
Hang on, caller. Don't leave.
A parent can transfer the house with the same value to a child. Let's say that they can. So let's say that I have a house that I paid $50,000 a long time ago, and my taxes are $500. Okay.
So if that house gets transferred once the parents die,
I can transfer it to my child, and the taxes will not change. Okay.
Is that state law?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Prop 60. Now, if the child transfers the house to the parent, we have to reassess it. Now, if you sell the house to your family member, and you want to sell it for less than it's worth, my office will look around to see what are the similar houses selling in the area. Let's say that you sell your house for $50,000, but it's worth about $200,000. It's not fair to the taxpayers to really assess your house for $50,000 because you gave a deal to your family member. So we go to the surrounding area and find out that the average price is $200,000. We're going to charge 1% of $200,000 because had you sold it to me, you would sell it for $50,000.
All right. Okay.
That's
caller,
right.
Are you satisfied?
Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Then I have one other question, which is totally unrelated.
Quickly, we're short on time.
Oh, okay. Does he know anything about the HERO program? And he may not know.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
If we do,
yes, I do. But ma'am, can I give you my cell phone number over the air?
Go ahead.
559-250-0999. My cell phone number is given to the public. You can call me 24/7. 559-250-0999. I'm available to the public to answer any questions. I'm a public servant.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So that number again, 250-0999. Okay, I want to get this one last question in here. Your property taxes can go up 2% a year according to Prop 13. They don't have to, but it's according to the, whatever the assessed value is. Or they can go up if something is built on that property. If you want to build an extra bathroom, an extra room, an ownership change can make that property tax go up. And it's also, you can have a reassessment done at the owner's request. Now, we have somebody here that works at Ventura TV. Here's what happened. I'll tell you the quick story, and you can answer because I'm short on time. I got to get our second guest up here.
Go ahead.
The question is, okay, if you're selling your house or just want to have your house refinanced, okay, you bring somebody in to appraise your house. And let's say your house is appraised at $200,000, but the Fresno County assessor appraises that same property for $300,000. Now that person has to go to the Fresno County Board of Supervisors to get approval to lower that appraisal down to $200,000. Why is that? And is that taking place?
That person can call my office before they go to the appeals board, and my office will find out if we are.
Do they
right or
have
wrong.
to appear before the Fresno County Board of Supervisors?
No. They don't appeal. They have an
They have an appeals
we have
board.
an appeals board which is appointed by the Board of Supervisors.
Okay.
It is very informal.
Okay.
Very informal. Now, if the house sold for
But how
200,000,
often does this happen? 200,000 versus 300,000.
well, that doesn't happen very often because if you bought the house for $200,000 in an open market,
But if
chances
it's
are
appraised at 200,000, you're appraising it at 300.
the
There's an
appraisal-
obvious difference of
the
opinion.
appraisal has nothing to do with the value change. If you change ownership, if you
Okay.
sold it for $200,000 and it's appraised at $300,000, this means that you got a bargain. Okay.
But if you're not happy with the appeal
If you're
process,
not happy,
can
you can call my office
call-
anytime.
Call.
Call me 250-0999 and I will guide you through my experts. We can find out how we can come up with a solution to your problem.
Paul, you're a gentleman.
We help people here.
You're a gentleman.
We are public servants.
You're an excellent person.
Thank you, sir.
May 19th, Fresno
May
City
19th,
Hall.
Fresno City Hall, 10 to 12.
Good deal.
I'll be there singing the national anthem.
Okay.
I hope people do not run away.
All right. I've got to do the programmer, so I won't be there. But anyway, Paul Dictos, running for re-election next year, 250-0999 if you want to reach him by cell phone. Got any questions about your property? All right, back with our second guest here after this from Charles Chuck McGill.
Okay?
Have you or a
Alrighty.
loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill, Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
Unscramble.
Sing, honey, sing.
Calling classics, call them the best. Calling favorites, be our guest. Every day there's more to come. Watch and see, there's only one. Me TV.
Try me.
Me. That's memorable, that's me.
That's me.
Me. You gotta see. That's memorable, that's me. Me TV.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the KitchenAid appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Save big with KitchenAid. Right now, get up to a $1,000 prepaid MasterCard when you purchase select KitchenAid appliances. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill, Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
All right, back here on the program with our second guest here on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno this Thursday. You're watching us on Comcast, of course, 375. I want to talk about a benefit dinner that takes place on Friday, May the 12th. The dinner celebrates 30 years of service helping teens get their act together, and I mean get their act together big time right here in the Central Valley. Let's roll the videotape, show you exactly what I'm talking about here in the second half of the program. It's the Valley Teen Ranch, and yes, it's actually a ranch, an 80-acre ranch in Madera for 3 decades now. Teens who've had their share of run-ins with the law arrested for whatever reason, grand theft auto, assault and battery, gangs, drugs, truancy, you name it, they've done it, and they've been caught doing it. No doubt this is a rough crowd in this place. The kids are ordered by the probation department, then chosen by Valley Teen Ranch staffers through an interview process. Staffers at the ranch help these kids turn the corner by providing recreational programs, sports such as football, basketball, soccer, swimming. They also have vocational programs where teens can learn, I don't know, anywhere from cooking, cleaning, woodwork, building maintenance, much more. They're taught how to be responsible, respectful, and reliable, character traits one needs to succeed in the outside world. This place is home to how many young boys? We'll ask our guest today. They have the option to go to therapy, group therapy, family therapy. The Valley Teen Ranch has helped thousands of kids here in the last 30 years. And keep in mind, the ranch started as group homes. Live in our studio right now is Connie Clendenon, Chief Executive Officer, where she has been since 1988. That's a long time. Connie, welcome to the program.
Thank you, John.
So how many kids do you have in the program?
We have 32 at the group home.
Right now?
Yes, we have about 35 to 40 in foster care and adoption, and we have 4 in our transitional living home. So we're working with about 70 kids every day.
So roughly 70 kids every day. And so what do they learn here, and why has this program been a success the last 30 years? Because you can take a group of teens that have been in trouble all their lives with gangs, drugs, tattoos, smoking, whatever the case may be. It doesn't mean they're going to turn the corner. What are you guys doing that's so special?
Well, it's all about relationships, because hope, which is what we're offering them, does not come in a prescription or an injection. It comes through a relationship. So our awesome staff work with them 24/7 at the group home. Our foster parents have them also 24/7 in their home. Adoption cares for them, forever families. So we are with these young men and women.
Go
and
ahead.
it makes a difference. How we relate to them, we play together, pray together, eat together, go to school together. It all happens every single day. And through those relationships and therapy and teaching them how to work and have a schedule and have a routine, all those things go together to make them choose to have a different life.
All right, as I talk here and talk about the Valley Teen Ranch, I want to roll a piece of videotape called Activities, and we can kind of talk over it. I know I do have a phone call. Hang on, caller. You said in a recent article in the Fresno Bee, as we take a look at this piece of videotape here, the Valley Teen Ranch in Madera, you said that a lot of these young boys here, they never really had a chance to be children. Just being a child. Why is that? Hang on, caller.
A lot of issues happen with their families. I'm going to tell it like it is. Oftentimes, they don't have a biological father present in their life. Oftentimes, there's drugs and alcohol involved in their lives from a very early age. Oftentimes, there's poverty. They're not doing well in school. So all of those things together create for them a real challenge in how to have hope and how to make a difference and not repeat in another generation of the same life that they have had.
I saw some girls in the video there. Do you have girls or just boys?
There's just boys in the group home. There are girls in foster care and adoption, as well as little babies from age 0 to 19. I'm not sure where this video came from. It doesn't really look like us, but
I don't know. But anyway,
it's kids.
It's kids. Well, I think it is. We're going to play this out till the bitter end. I want you to just stay on this. But anyway, go ahead, caller. You're on the air with Connie Clendenon.
Yeah, what is the percentage of kids actually making it and not going back to jail or getting locked up again?
About
because I had a nephew that went to the Valley Teen. I mean, he's a good boy, but then when he went, he said it beats going to the California Youth Authority. That's what he said when I talked to him. But he did put something positive out of it, and he's doing good now. But
I'm
at
glad
the
to
time,
hear
that's
that.
what he said to me.
About a third of the young men at our group home that we take to be with us successfully complete our program. So that means 2/3 did not complete. Now there's a variety of reasons for that. A judge court orders them into placement with us. So sometimes it's a family issue, sometimes they AWOL and we don't know where they are, so they can't come back into care with us. Sometimes there's mental health issues that are more severe than we can take care of, so they need a higher level of care sometimes. But those 1/3 of those young men that complete our program, and because of social media, we have heard from many of
So
them.
how many complete the program? About a third?
Yes. So every year.
Why? Okay, so that means that 2/3 are not completing the program?
Yes.
What's wrong with that situation? I mean, let me
Well,
rephrase the question. Why aren't they completing it when others are?
Like I said, sometimes they run away. We are not locked down. And if they're not found, then, and we can't restrain them from running away.
I see.
So if that happens, and that's
So they're
one of
not
the reasons.
fenced in.
No, and that's one reason our location is on an 80-acre ranch out in Madera, where it's, far away from transportation for starters. But irregardless, that is one of the primary issues that causes them not to finish the program with us. But I will tell you this, if they have been there for at least 6 months with us, and the total program is usually 12 months. If they've been there at least 6 months, even if they don't complete the program, because of Facebook and the way we can hear from kids, we hear from lots of them, and they are
Hang on,
doing
caller.
well, even if they didn't finish our program.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air with Connie Clendenon.
Connie, good morning. How you got started? What was it that was a shot in the arm for Teen Ranch to get started? That's the first question. Second question is, who supports you? And I know churches probably do, but is there more than churches that support you? And so those are the two questions.
Okay.
Yes.
That I'd like to at least find out.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you, caller. Thank you.
We are a replica of a program that my father, Ray Clendenon, started in Michigan in the 60s when I was a kid. And it was through his relationship with a man whose name is Buf Carricker, that was a pastor at Northwest Church here. My dad and Buf are both in heaven now, but it was their idea and their dream to have a teen ranch in Fresno like there was in Michigan.
So that's the shot in the arm that that our caller was talking about.
Yes, that's how we started. And we are a faith-based organization.
Right.
We
and
are
you're
also
a nonprofit.
Yes, we have to be a nonprofit.
Who
and we're
donates?
licensed by the let me finish the other
Okay,
part.
all right.
We are licensed by the state of California as a residential group home, another license as foster care, another license as adoption. And so as a result of that, we receive financial reimbursement for caring for these children from the government. It's a combination
State or
of
federal?
it's a
Okay.
combination. Half of it is federal, and then the other half is state and county, and then anyhow, it's government money. But
Right.
there are many things that we provide on our 80-acre ranch and with our foster parents that are not allowable costs through that money that we get from the government. We're very transparent about it. We have fiscal audits every year. So those are the things that we do fundraising for. And I mean, our event that's coming up May 12th is a fundraising event to help us do things that are above and beyond, to enhance our substance abuse program, to enhance our mental health program. Churches and service clubs and businesses and individuals all around the valley support us.
Let's roll a videotape. It's called Promo. No sound on it. We'll talk over it. You told the Fresno Bee we don't sugarcoat anything. No sugarcoating, nothing, no perfect picket fences. I have a teenage son. He's 15. At some point, Connie, am I just going to have to tell him, look, you're going to have to grow up and be a man. By the way, is that your Valley Teen Ranch right
no,
there?
it is not.
Oh, it is not.
I don't know where you got this.
Oh, I'm
we do have a
sorry.
ropes course. We have some of these same
All
things.
right.
We have
All right.
kids that look
we'll
like
get out
this,
of this
but
then. Go ahead. But let me ask you that question. So at some point, am I going to have to tell you, son, you're going to have to grow up?
it is tough love. There has to be boundaries. There has to be ways where you've taught them, you've birthed them, you've done the best that you could do. I'm assuming that's the case with your son.
Yeah.
And if they choose to make bad choices, they want to do drugs, they want to quit school, they want to leave the home and live under the bridge, that's an option that they have. That's not the one we choose. That's not what we want, but we want them to not make those kinds of choices, the boys that we have with us.
But I'm going to let him make that choice.
Yes, it is his choice. Once they turn 18, the golden age, then they have a little bit more responsibility. That's why we're trying to help our kids as early on as possible, because our youngest kids are like 14.
At what point am I going to have to tell my son, grow up, be a man?
Well, that's a more than a 10-second answer.
No, but you've dealt with all these young men for, my God, 30 years. You have more experience than I do as a parent.
Okay, I will say telling somebody isn't a good method to start. Ask questions, have conversations. What do you want to do?
Him.
Yes, what do you want to do? How do you want to feel? How much money do you think it's going to take? Do you want a Corvette or do you want a used truck? You know, what kind of things, what kind of goals and hopes and dreams do you have for you? And then together we'll strategize a plan to be able to get to
Do you want
that.
a house or do you want the Pavarillo house?
Yes, you want to live under the bridge and under 10, or do you want, an apartment that doesn't have
All right.
cockroaches?
How much is the dinner on May the 12th? Quickly,
$75 per person at Wolf Lakes out in Sanger. Dinner,
Good.
video, launching our new name, launching our new everything. From 30 years we've evolved, and so it's going to be.
What's the new name?
Hope, Ray of Hope, a Valley Teen Ranch organization. Our legal name will still be the same. It's a doing business as.
Right. Again, the new name is Hope.
Ray of Hope.
Ray of Hope.
Yes,
Okay.
a Valley Teen Ranch
And my
organization.
apologies, because I don't know where that video. I mean, the video on YouTube said Valley Teen Ranch. That must have been somewhere else.
Well,
Who knows?
we
Maybe
are
they
on
stole-
YouTube.
I
There
know.
is
No.
stuff on there about us,
No,
but
my-
that was not it. It's okay.
I know. My apologies for
It's
that.
all right.
But the dinner takes place on Friday, the May 12th, and it's to raise money for a great organization, Valley Teen Ranch. You are to be congratulated because you've done a wonderful job the last 30 years. I think
Thank
everybody
you.
ought to go out there and support this because, as we know, more often than not, these teens today are straying away from the straight line.
Yes.
So quickly, we got like 10
to get tickets,
seconds.
437-1144. Call our office.
Again, slowly.
437-1144.
You got it. All right.
We'll
Connie,
make it happen. Thank you,
I wish
John.
I had more time.
It's all good.
It's great to see you.
Keep hope alive.
Okay, all right.
With your son, too.
Connie Clendenon, Valley Teen Ranch. By the way, my son's a great kid. I just
Good.
had to ask that question, though. So we'll see you tomorrow with Rich Little back in less than 24 hours. Have a great day. That was quick, but it was good. I'm sorry.
Television medium to the American people.
If you have a need to promote your business or event, please consider MeTV Fresno for your next campaign. MeTV reaches over 100,000 of your potential customers in the Fresno area every single week. Plus, you can rest assured that your commercial is running in the greatest family-friendly programs of all time. MeTV Fresno delivers a strong, loyal audience ready to buy, and your campaign will cost a fraction of what you're paying for your advertising now. Call me today to find out how affordable MeTV is at 905-1925.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill, Guzman, McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
Hi, I'm Joseph Castro, president of Fresno State. Here on campus and around the Central Valley, we take great pride in Bulldog Red. We also take pride in our diversity and our academic